Officer Dave, would you open the courtroom for us, please?
The state of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge David S. Robinson Jr. presiding. Court is now in session. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Zielinski, good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
What file do you have?
966.
966.
Yes.
Let's see. Hello?
Hello.
All right, I think we're ready. This is file 17109-966. ABC Auto Finance versus Antoinette Harriet. Date and time for objection to garnishment, your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Zielinski on behalf of plaintiff P69250.
Turn your video back on, Mr. Zielinski.
Oh, sorry, Judge.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Antoinette Harriet.
You are the moving party. What is the basis of your objection to garnishment?
I wanted to see if I can get less than that taken out my check. Because it's for something getting taken out my check every 2 weeks. And it's a little too much coming out. So I want to see if I can get it lowered.
Do you have any other basis, ma'am, for your objection to garnishment?
You say what? I
Do
can't.
you have any other basis for your objection to garnishment? But you're not asking for an objection to garnishment. You're asking for a payment plan. I'm asking you if you have anything else you want to tell me about your objection to garnishment, which is the only pleading that you filed in this case.
Yeah. Yeah, I was objecting to garnishment.
Ma'am, I'm asking you why.
Because I've been getting my state taxes taken every year, and the amount still haven't decreased with my payments.
All right. Mr. Zielinski, your response.
Yeah, Judge, sorry, I can't get my video on. It's telling me to go into settings. Is it all right if I proceed? Just
Proceed without it.
okay. Yeah, Your Honor, I would say as far as what's in front of the court, there's no grounds. So I would say that the objection be denied. I'm willing to go in a breakout room and talk about payments if the defendant would like to.
All right. Well, two things. First of all, I'm going to make my decisions on the objection to garnishment. The defendant has failed to state a valid objection to garnishment. The objection to garnishment will therefore be denied. Ma'am, you have an absolute right to appeal my decision. That appeal must be perfected within 21 days of today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. I also note that the defendant has filed a motion for installment payments. What are you asking for the court to do in that regard to your installment payments, ma'am?
I want to pay $200 every 2 weeks.
200 every 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Instead of almost 500 every 2 weeks.
All right. So you want $200 every 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Zielinski,
Judge, I have no objection to that. The only thing I would ask the court is, if historically on this account, there was a consent for a wage assignment back in 2018 that we had to set aside because we stopped receiving payments on that. So my proposal for the court is, I don't mind the $200 every 2 weeks. That's great. If the court could put in where we could file an affidavit of noncompliance instead of, in the event of default, instead of going through the motion process, given there was already a breach of one prior payment consent arrangement.
Well, I'm not gonna do that, but I will grant to you motion for partial payments. When is your next paycheck, ma'am?
On May 17th.
All right, May 17th. So we'll start
Yes.
2 weeks after that, and that'll be May 31st.
Yes.
All right, each of you will get 2 separate orders. There'll be an order denying the objections to Garnes. There'll be an order entered for the granting the motion for installment payments, $200 every 2 weeks, starting May 31st, 2023. The court will also enter an order in regard to the periodic payment order. Periodic payment writ was issued on 3/10/23. That will be suspended. Okay. We'll send you out 2 orders. And thank you both for coming in.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Let's have
Thank you. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Your
morning.
Honor.
We are on the record calling file number 22-196-446, CET Pharmacy versus Citizens Insurance. Could I have your appearances, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Sandra Kazmika appearing on behalf of plaintiff, P number 84575.
Good morning, Your Honor. Petros Panagias on behalf of defendant, P number 80699.
All right, we got our default set aside. We have now proper parties before the court. What are we arguing about here?
Your Honor, there might be a residency issue. I'm talking to an attorney that represents the Michigan assigned claims this afternoon. They've had a couple of these provider suits, to my knowledge, and they've dealt with the residency issues, and they've actually deposed at the claimant on this matter. Progressive may be on the hook. It's a little bit of a complicated situation from my understanding. Progressive may have filed a rescission in circuit court, of course, and that may have been granted in Wayne County, but there's conflicting orders. Some provider suits have been dismissed for the residency issue, some have not been. So I need to get a little bit of clarification, then talk to my adjuster today. And I spoke to attorney Mika before this hearing just to discuss those issues with her. And that's the breadth of my knowledge up to this point on the file. But this afternoon, I should have some clarification and either get some authority from my adjuster to resolve or get the understanding to file some type of dispositive motion. But I should know that this afternoon, Your Honor.
And have both of you made the MCR 2.3028 disclosures?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have any issues with discovery.
That's been done. Okay, so let's just give you time and we'll see what goes on. I'll try it again June 7th at 10 o'clock. Is that working for both of you?
Your Honor, is it possible if we push this out maybe 45 to 60 days just to give us enough time?
Well, 30 days, you ought to know, he ought to have what his position is gonna be in the next week. Because he should
Okay.
know today. So, you know, I ought to do it in 2 weeks. So we have some ideas. So let's go with the June 7th day and figure out where we're going.
Okay, Your Honor.
Either we're gonna resolve the file, or there's gonna be some action filed saying, hey, wait a minute, we already had judicial determination that Egbert either is or is not a resident of ABC, whatever. June 7th, 10 o'clock. We'll
Thank
send
you, Your
out
Honor.
both. Thank you for coming in. Council, feel free to come back at any time, but you'll need to come on June 6th.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Have
Have
a
a
good day.
good rest of the day, everyone.
I'll
Bye.
be safe.
You too.
All right. Harry. Maybe Miss Francis probably.
Good morning.
Good morning. How many cases do you have today?
I think I just have one.
Modern Financial?
Yes, versus Bradley.
Okay, I do not have Bradley as of yet. I have some person who identifies themselves as Nina. So I'll put you back into the waiting room.
Thank you.
Mr. Ruth, good morning.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm well. How are you today?
Oh, just living the dream every moment.
I think I have your opponent here.
All right.
Hello? She's connecting up to audio.
All right.
Hello?
Hello,
What is your name?
Nina Watson.
We are on the record calling file number 10111-213. The file is entitled Credit Acceptance Corporation versus Nina Watson. Date and time for objection to garnishment. Your appearances.
Judge, may I please court? My name is Attorney Richard Bruson. My bar number is 35222. I'm the attorney of record for the plaintiff, and today I am the respondent to defendant's objection to a wage garnishment.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Nina Watson.
Ms. Watson, you are the moving party. What is the basis of your objection to garnishment?
I was not notified of the garnishment order in order to try to get payment arrangements or something like that because I assumed that they were sending it to the wrong address.
Do you have any
Um,
other basis for your objection to garnishment other than you were not notified of the garnishment order?
just the fact that it's 30% of my income, and at this point, I can't live, take care of my children, or pay my bills or anything with that much of my income being taken out.
Mr. Rusin, your response.
Judge, may I please court, this is a 2010, let's take a look here. This is a 2010 judgment. Over a dozen years old, I've been looking at my office. This is a case where it is not the legal requirement under the Michigan court rules, particularly 3.101, to serve defendant with a copy of the wage garnishment. That is in fact a function of the garnishee defendant. Once the garnishee defendant is served with the wage garnishment, then under MCR 3.101, the garnishee defendant sends a copy of the disclosure notifying that defendant is subject to garnishment at that time. Therefore, because all of the procedures of MCR 3.101 have been followed, I ask that you deny the defendant's objection to a wage garnishment today on that plaintiff.
All right, Ms. Watson, the court's prepared to rule on this matter. You have raised two separate grounds for your objection to garnishment. One is financial hard eyes as human beings, but is not a valid basis for an objection to garnishment. In regard to your complaint that you were not notified about the writ of garnishment, it is not the obligation of the plaintiff, the person who has the judgment against you, to notify you. When the plaintiff files a writ of garnishment, they go to somewhere that they believe has money that belongs to you. It may be a credit union, it may be an employer, it may be a bank, it may be the state. And they serve that party with a writ of garnishment. That party, who is called the garnishee defendant, has several duties at that point. One, they must respond to the writ of garnishment saying, yes, I have money that belongs to Ms. Watson, or no, I do not. If they have money, then they have to send it. But it is the obligation of the garnishee defendant to say to you, you are being garnished. It is not the obligation of the plaintiff. Having failed to state a valid objection to garnishment, the objection to garnishment must be denied. You, of course, ma'am, have an absolute right to appeal my decision. That appeal must be perfected in 21 days of today in the Wayne County Circuit Court. The court will send out to both of you an order denying the objection to garnishment. Thank you both for coming in. We are off the record. Mr. Kearns?
Yes, yes, sir.
I don't have your opponent as of yet. I wanted you to let you know that I knew you were here, and we'll get back to you as soon as the other guy gets here. Put you
Okay.
back in the waiting room.
Okay.
Violinist is Philadelphia Orchestra concertmaster and longtime violin professor at the University of Michigan. With oboist John Delancey, first bassoonist Bernard Garfield, and cello principal Warren Monroe. All the first chairs of Philadelphia Orchestra and Eugene Ormandy. With the quadruple concerto Sinfonia Concertante by Hans Joseph Haydn. And with today's midday music on WRCJ. WRCJ is provided by the Performance Symphony Orchestra. The LS Orchestra Spring Awakening featuring saxophonist Dr. Ricardo Sel performing Lazarov Concerto for alto sax, Robert Schumann Spring Symphony No. 1, and Exit from Stravinsky Spider-Verse on May 13th at 4 o'clock at Clarenceville Lewis Smith Auditorium in Livonia. For more information, visit livoniasymphony.org or 734-421-1111. Here's one of the Opus 6 works, number 11 of the dozen, entitled Concerto Grosso by George Frederick Handel, Academy of St. Martin in the Fields.
Morning, Ms. Francis.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We are on the record calling file number 17127-202, Modern Financial Services Corporation versus Jeffrey Bradley. This matter is scheduled for hearing today at 10 o'clock on the defendant's objection to garnishment. It's now after 10:30. The defendant has failed to appear. Could I have your appearance, please?
Navjot Francis on behalf of plaintiff's attorney of record P72322.
The moving party defendant has failed to appear. The objection to garnishment will be denied. We'll send out an order to you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of the week.
You enjoy your day.
Thank you.
We are on the record calling file 09-126-090, Asset Acceptance LLC versus James Kearns. This matter is scheduled for hearing today at 10 o'clock on the defendant's objection to garnishment. Is now after 10:30. What is your name, sir? Try it again. What is your name?
James H. Kearns.
All right. The defendant has appeared. The plaintiff has failed to appear. Plaintiff has filed no pleadings in opposition to this motion, to the objection to garnishment, excuse me. The unopposed motion, objection to garnishment, sir, will therefore be granted. We'll send out an order to you today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Nev and his Academy of St. Martin in the Fields with one of the works in public concerto also music of George Frederick Handel, midday music here on WRCJ-FM. Happy birthday, Max Steiner. Some have called him the father of movie music, of film scores. He was born in the state, May 10, 1888, lived until 1971. Let's do 5 facts about Max. There's one fact, his dates of his lifetime. He was born in Vienna, great place to be born for music. Fact 3, he became a U.S. citizen in 1920. In time for him to start his film composing career, where he was nominated for 24 Oscars, 24 Academy Award nominations, and 3 wins. In 1935 for Human Formula, 1942 for Now Voyager, 1944 he won Best Film Score since he went away. Max Steiner's birthday today. He didn't win an Oscar for King Cotton. He didn't win for Casablanca. He didn't even win for Gone with the Wind.
Good morning. Hello,
Good morning, Your Honor.
were you able to make service, ma'am?
Yes, we did, Your Honor. He was personally served on April 3rd, 2023, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't have him as of yet. As soon as I get him, I'll get you out the waiting room. We get started.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think it. Report with WRCJ is provided by the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, presenting Between Two Stands, a monthly classical music podcast hosted by TSO musicians Andres Picharo Rosenthal, A. Faber, and Scott Strong. Now in its fourth season, featured guests have included Liz Marcellus, Tanya Leon, Keon Sultana, and more. Learn about the orchestra and guest artists at tso.org/Between Two Stands. Available now on your favorite podcast platform. Support for this message provided by Sally and Michael Fagan. Hi, I'm Danny Glickman. You're listening to your place for classical and jazz music. WRCJ, FM, and HD1, Detroit.
Peter Wharf at your service for hour 2 of today's midday music. I'm here till 3, and then I'll pass it to Dr. Dave from Drive for Mixer. And your afternoon of classical music with Dave Wagner till 7 this afternoon. Beethoven and Corelli this hour after we start with Mozart. 1785, the year for his piano concerto number 21, pretty productive year. Here we are in the midst of 3 piano concertos composed in the same year, 3 concertos, 20, 21, and 22. Also home concerto, plus 2 string quartets, plus the opera, Marriage of Figaro. Yeah, I'd say he got some work done in 1785. 21st piano concerto, WRCJ, I think.
Just 20 minutes. We are on the record calling file number 22183865, Freestar Financial Credit Union versus Andre Kinsey. Could I have your appearance, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Maljean Castillo Shoemake, P 62247, on behalf of Freestar Financial Credit Union.
All right, counsel, good morning. We are here today on a motion for an order to show cause. The show cause was brought about by the failure of the defendant to appear for a debtor's examination after being properly subpoenaed. That debtor's examination was scheduled for February 15th, 2023. On March 17th, 2023, the court issued an order or notice for today's hearing, directing that the defendant be personally served with notice of today's hearing at least 10 days prior to today. Were you able to make that personal service, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. He was personally served, Your Honor, on Monday, April 3rd, 2023.
This matter was scheduled for hearing at 11 o'clock. It's now 11:20. The defendant has failed to appear. Counsel, I will look forward to your bench warrant in this regard. What is the present amount of your outstanding judgment?
The current amount, Your Honor, is $5,605.12.
Bond on arrest will be $5,600. Looking forward to your order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for coming in. Have a great day.
You too.
That's going to conclude our morning. Oh, no, I have one more. Sorry. The next file we're going to call is 22191774, Guardian Alarm Company versus Evolution Hair. This matter is scheduled for a show cause hearing today with Jeffrey Hudson for his failure to appear at prior creditors examination. The hearing was scheduled today at 11 o'clock. It's now after 11:20. Neither party has appeared. The motion for order to show cause in this case will be dismissed. That's going to